Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica, and on today's video I am going to be starting another color along. This is Cirlce of Life by, I know I've heard several people say this correctly, but I'm not going to say it because I'll butcher it. This was the runner-up in the voting of what books you guys would like to see a color in, and there was only 1% margin of victory, so I figured I'd go ahead and do this one as well. And I'm going to be using Prismacolor pencils on this, and I think, yes, I've decided to do this page, which I'm going to be using mostly. I'm going to use Prismacolors on the inside, and then I think for the galaxy background I will probably use some sort of water medium. But yeah, so let me get some pencils picked and we will get started. All right, I've got several pencils pulled and we're just gonna start on the little scene in here. And I have decided to do semi fantasy colors. The water's still gonna be a blue, everything's gonna still kind of be similar to what it would be, but yeah, I've decided to go a little bit different. So I'm going to do a really blue sky, but a nice darker blue. So I'm using cobalt blue. Oh, I probably should tell you. I'm using cobalt blue, and I'm just gonna go around the base of the mountains here. And then I'm going to shade that into some, got the Indanthrone blue. And that's going to give me a nice dark sky while still being nicely blue. And then I am also going to grab my what is it called? Dioxanine? Yeah, Dioxanine purple. I'm going to put that at the top. When I get close to the moon, I'm going to lighten up. All right, and then I'm just going to do another layer of all of that and try to blend those together as best I can. The Prismacolors work wonderfully well in this book. This paper is phenomenal and I love it. I love to use it. Okay. Make sure that I get all the little, I don't like to have very much white showing through, so I like to get as much as I can of that color on the paper. Nice dark blue. So my idea, when I first started pulling colors, I was going to try to do just, you know, typical colors, gray mountains and black night sky and normal green shrubs, and but I decided to go just a little bit off of what would be considered normal in this. This book is really good to do that in because the images aren't 100% realistic, so you can kind of play with your colors in whatever way that you would like. Let's see. Okay, I like that. Another thing I might do is I might get a blender here in a minute and blend all that together. So then I've got this Dioxanine purple. I'm going to blend that into my blue here. Leave a little bit of a halo around the moon. extend that purple down into the blue. I might need to extend the blue up into the purple a little bit as well, so that I have a nice blend between those three colors. There we go. That looks better already. Yeah, if you go in and push too hard with these pencils right away on this paper, they don't want to cooperate with you. So you kind of have to give them a little bit of leeway, and then you can come back in with another layer. You can layer on this paper very easily. Yeah, so just to kind of adjust your coloring style, and that's something that you should keep in mind for every coloring book that you do. You just kind of have to play with the pencils and see how they respond best on that specific paper. Okay, I think I like that. I'm going to do my mountains now. So I'm using Slate Gray, which is PC 936, and Periwinkle, which is PC 1025. And I am going to just do the tops of these mountains in the Periwinkle color. That's a nice Blue Mountains Majesty kind of thing here. And then I'm going to use my Slate Gray, and this is a baby pencil, so I have to adjust my grip, so sorry if that's blocking any of the visuals that you would normally get. But I'm just putting the color at the base and working my way up into that periwinkle color that I laid down already. And this guy needs a little bit of a sharpening, but I think it'll be okay. And then what I might go through and do is then add in some cool gray down at the very bottom, just to give it some nice contrast between the top and the bottom. Help those mountains stand out a little bit more. I'm going to go back over with the periwinkle everywhere. Oh wait, I said Blue Mountains Majesty, didn't I? It's Purple Mountains Majesty. Oh boy, I am super patriotic over here. Jeez. You could probably just ignore half the things that I say. Okay, so we got the mountains. I am going to add in a little bit of cold gray. Let's do 70% and see if that does anything. It does not, so we're going to go up to 90%. So 90% cool gray. And just at the bottoms where things overlap and they're hidden behind other things. So yeah, so what I think I'll probably end up doing is I will show you guys a couple of the shrubs, how I'm going to color that, and then we'll speed through that, and then I will show you how I'm going to color the water, and we'll speed through that. So yeah, this will be half color along, half speed color, but it'll be something that where you can at least see kind of where I put the color, and I'll explain it beforehand, and then yeah, I hope you guys like color alongs like this. Sorry, I'm using the slate gray again, just over that 90% cool gray to blend it in a little bit more. Okay, I like my mountains. There we go. Now I'm going to do the shrubs, and I've got some greens pulled for that. I have two different kinds. So I have two combinations. This combination is the light green, which is PC 920, and parrot green, PC 1006. And I'm probably just gonna go through and do a layer of I've got some rocks in here that I'm gonna need to color in. I didn't really realize that when I was looking before. So I might come in with a couple more colors in there too. Sorry. Sidetrack. So I'm going to do one layer with the light green, and then I'm going to come in and shade things in with the parrot green. So I will go ahead and do that really quick. Okay, the other greens that I grabbed are Spring Green, which is PC913, and Grass Green, which is PC909. And I'm going to just do these little blades of grass down here. You guys can see how I do that real quick. So in with the Spring Green first, and then just up from the bottom with that Grass Green to create a little bit of a different tone. Okay, so for the rocks, I'm going to use the same colors that I used on the mountains, which is the Slate Gray, PC936, and Periwinkle, PC1025. And I'm going to do the same thing where I'm just going to go over everything with the Periwinkle and then do some little shading with the Slate Gray. In some cool gray too, and I'm going to show you guys that in real time again, just going in and adding in shading where I think it would be the darkest, and then I will probably go over everything again with the Periwinkle to bring it back to that blue color instead of it being more gray. And yeah, I like the way that that's looking. I like the blue color mountains. I think that looks pretty nifty. All right, and we've got some nice variation in the colors. So there's dark rocks and light rocks. I am going to add a little bit more right in here so that we get a little bit of that slate. Okay. All right, I like that. So now I'm going to move on to the water. And for this one, I have pulled my turquoise colors. So I've got my light aqua, which is PC992. I've got aquamarine, which is PC905, and cobalt turquoise, which is PC105. So I'm going to use my light aqua first, and I'll show you this waterfall, and then I'll do the others and the base sped up a little bit. So I'm not gonna, where the artist has left the highlight, I'm not gonna put color in that. So I'm gonna go right to the edge of that highlight and then leave it white. And then for the foamy stuff here, I'm gonna go almost to the edge with this light color, but again, I'm not gonna, because this is all gonna be kind of outlined in white, so I don't really wanna go right to the edge. So yeah, so I'm going to do all this, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I am going to add in one more thing on these waterfalls. I'm going to use this, I think this is Cloud Blue, no, Sky Blue Pale, maybe. It's PC9 or PC1086. I'm going to use this to just blend the waterfalls a little bit in that white spot, that highlight area. And then we're gonna move on to our little bird here, and I decided pinks for the bird. So I have hot pink, which is PC 993. I have rose pink, which is PC 1014. And I don't remember which one that is. Process red, maybe? PC 994. And I'm gonna start with my hot pink. And I'm just gonna color, I'm gonna leave a little bit of the bird and highlight. I know it's not a flamingo, but I wanted a pink bird anyway. Okay, and then I want that color. Okay, oh, nope, we gotta get the other leg. All right, it does look kind of like a flamingo now, but that's okay. That's okay, I just wanted something pink on this page. Okay, so next we are going to move into coloring the borders around the scene here. So I think I'm going to try to use, I think I'm going to use purples. I think. So let me grab those purples. And yeah, purples, and then maybe these leaves can be pink. And the birds, I'm going to make these birds that are on the outside, all of these guys. And the one that was up here, I'm going to make those kind of pink, I think, too. And then my feathers I'll have to decide about. So let me pull my purples. Okay, so I've got my purples picked, and I am going to use Lilac 956 and Violet 932, and I will probably be adding in some white as well. So my plan is to go around both of the rings with this lilac color, and then I will go in with my purple with the violet color and add in some shadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will speed it up so you guys can see. Okay, there are the two rings, and I am going to next move on to the leaves and things that are around here. And I'm going to do those in the pinks that I used on the bird. So I'm going to have pink leaves, pink birds, probably turquoise feathers, maybe. Okay, pink. So for the leaves, I am just going to make sure that you're in frame for all these leaves. Just gonna add the pink, just like that. And then I'm going to add the darker pink where the shading already is. Just like that. And I'm gonna do that for all of the, and no, I probably won't use that. And do that for all the leaves, so all of these guys right here. So I will speed that up and let you guys see that. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the birds. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pinks. I'm just going to do one layer of this hot pink, and I do have to go into the center a little bit on that one. Let me get this other one over here, and then I will move the book a little bit more so you guys can see the other ones. And add in a darker pink along the bottoms of the wings. And on the inside of the tail. Let me do that on this side. So along the bottoms of the wings. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I've got a baby pencil here. Right on the inside of the tail. Okay, I'm going to scoot this up so you guys can see the other two birds. And again, really quickly with the pink. And then with the dark pink. I might add just a little bit of pink back in here because I got a little sloppy with coloring here. Okay. Okay, so I've got all of my pink done. I'm thinking these vine things are probably gonna be, I think I'll probably have them be like that, that green color that I used. So I think I used, yeah, so I've used parrot green and light green. So I'm gonna use that on these. Same idea, I'm just gonna go through and color the vine with the light green, and then I will go back over top with the parrot to hit any spots where I think needs a little bit more shadow. And I think I will do all of the little grass bits around here as well in that color scheme. And then the also the lines between that are holding everything together. So that's all going to be that green color. To show you how I'm going to do the feathers down here, and I'm going to use the I'm going to use pink and the light aqua, and I think the light green. No, I don't want to use light green. I want a I'll use the purple. This lilac color. So these three colors are going to be used on this feather, and I'm going to do the same thing with all the feathers, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. So I'm just going to add in flicks of color wherever I feel like. It doesn't have to be every time, and it can be larger chunks right next to each other. But I'm just going to be adding in color randomly. And I want to leave, you do want to leave a little bit of a gap in the center there. But I'm going to make these kind of multicolor feathers. So I'm hoping that this technique will work. So I'm going to add in my turquoise. This is my last color. And I'm just, again, adding it in places here and there. And then I'm going to use my white Prisma, and I'm just going to blend those colors together the best that I can. with that white pencil. So I'm using pretty firm pressure. And I do want this area to be pretty white, so. It doesn't look terrible. It's not my favorite. The white isn't pushing the colors around as much as I would like. So I guess that is one thing about this paper that is a little different. I haven't had any complaints with anything else on this paper, but my white isn't working exactly how I would normally use it. So but anyway, so that's the gist. I need to get in there with some gray. I'm going to use a little bit of gray along the center part here. Oh, I'm using 50% cool gray. And again, right in there against that spine of the thing. And I'm going to come in again with my 90% cool gray. And this is right along the edge. Right along the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of flick outward from that with my cool gray in the direction that the feathers are going. And that's just going to add a little bit of direction, like a hint of the fact that these feathers are all curling and curving and doing some crazy things. Yeah, I don't hate that. I think probably what I'll do next is I'm going to use my silver Sparkle Pop pen, which I don't really want to put on yet, but that's what's going to go in the center of these leaves or feathers. So I'm going to do the same thing for all of these feathers that I did here, and then I'm going to continue working on all of the vines and everything using the same technique that I used on this part. And then when you come back, you will see all of that finished. All right, so here we go. I've got all of the vines done. I've got my feathers colored in. I got to do a little bit more on these guys. I forgot to do the grays along the spines, but I'll do that. And I'm holding off to do the silver until I get the rest of the page done because the Sparkle Pop glitter kind of gets everywhere. So I want to make sure that I have everything done before I add that in. So next time we will do the background, which I think I'm going to do with some kind of watercolor. So either the Supra colors or the Neo colors. I've not decided on that yet. Neo colors would probably be quicker, but I kind of want to use my Supra colors again. Yeah, and then we'll do some of these little planets and stars with some more Prismacolors, and then add all of our white and silver and everything in there. So I hope you enjoyed that, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.